is Jocelyn Alyse, that mindset teacher, encouraging you to change your thoughts so that we can change the world. Listen, friend, if you did not check out my previous video was all about our thought lives. If you have not watched that video, if you have not got in tune with our hack strategy, making sure you hear the thoughts that you have, you address them, and you confront and confess over them. If you have not heard about all the things that we can do when we have those negative thoughts that try to come and impact our lives, that try to come and deter us from the things that we know we were purposed to do, I want you to pause this video. It'll be somewhere up there. I'm gonna put the card up there, and I want you to pause this, go to that video, and then come back, okay? But if you have watched that video, you already equipped, honey. You already equipped with the tools that we need to really have this conversation in an impactful way. So let's get into it. Y'all, before we really dive into this, I want to ask you a question, okay? Are you a thermostat or are you a thermometer? No, but seriously, people that talk to me, right? And if you walk into my classroom, if you see me interacting with my scholars, people have always just said, like, you have amazing classroom management. You have the ability, and hold on, y'all, because a lot of us think like classroom management is just behavior management, and that's not true. Classroom management is actually like all of the systems that you put in place, the administrative tasks that you do as a teacher to set your classroom up for success. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I do not always have all those administrative tasks, routines. I don't be always thinking things through like the way that I should. That's still an area of growth for me. But since the first day that I walked into a school, literally, the community, the culture of my classroom, of me, is because whether I'm in my classroom, whether I'm in somebody else's classroom, it don't matter. My spirit is not confined to one room, but the things that I carry with me and just the way that I make students feel inside of my class it's powerful. And one thing that, like, when teachers are talking to me, they're like talking about their struggles with classroom management, I always ask, like, are you a thermostat or are you a thermometer? And this doesn't just apply to like the teacher life, but it applies to everybody's life. Like whether you're a wife, a husband, whether you're a mother, whether you are, operating in your own business or you're working with someone else. Like if you have breath, if you are ever around other human beings, then this message right here applies to you. So let's think, what is a thermometer? A thermometer is something that reads your temperature and it reflects that temperature to you. So it allows you to see where you are, right? A thermometer allows you to check the temperature and see what it is. It reflects that temperature back to you, right? And when do we typically pull out a thermometer? We typically pull out a thermometer like when we're sick, when we're not feeling good, right? We typically pull that out to check and see, is something wrong? And we want that as a person, right? We want that thermometer in us. We want to be able to read a room. We want to be able to walk in and see, like, how's my husband feeling today? How are my kids? Like, we want to be able to walk in and see, like, okay, I'm walking into this business meeting. What's the aroma? What's that atmosphere up in here? How are people feeling? Where are their mindsets at? Because I know their mindset is going to frame their thoughts, and their thoughts are going to frame their actions, and their actions are then going to have an effect on me, on our project, on what we are trying to accomplish together. We want to be able to see the temperature, but a lot of us stop there. That's all a thermometer can do. A thermometer can just see what's there. And typically, a thermometer is going to reflect back. It's going to show you what the temperature is. So that's just like me as a teacher. I'm walking into the room and I see my kids are yelling and screaming at each other. So what do I start to do? I'm going to reflect that back and I'm going to yell and scream at them. What did we resolve? How did we shift what was going on? And that's not to say kids don't deserve discipline. No. That is to say that if I want a certain outcome, If I want a certain outcome, y'all, I laugh because it's real. If I want a certain outcome, I can't be a thermometer. I can't just read the room and give it back. When I come home and if my husband has an attitude and I give that attitude back, and I give back, my kids are, doing it. I ain't got no kids, but just saying, like, as a parent, if you walk into the room and your child is doing this or doing that or showing attitude or walking around on and you give that back, did you give them what they needed in that moment? Did we accomplish anything in that moment besides giving that same tension into the air and multiplying it and adding another layer of tension on top of it? We want to be thermostats. What does a thermostat do? When we have a thermostat, right, it shows us the temperature. We can see the temperature. Most thermostats, when I come home, I see what the temperature is on my thermostat. But guess what I get to do? Guess what I get to do? I get to set the temperature. I don't like where that is. Guess what? We're going to hit that dial a couple times. We turning it up. It's too cold in here. You know what? It's getting a little hot. We're going to hit that dial a couple times. We're going to bring it down and we are going to shift this atmosphere. This whole environment is going to change because I have walked into the room and who I am and what I bring to the table can shift everything. Can shift everything around me, y'all. So we're not just coming into our classrooms, into our homes, into our marriages, into our jobs, into our businesses, being thermostats. We are being thermometers. We're not going to just be a thermometer. We are going to be a thermostat as I'm going through life. And y'all, I'm still learning in this. I'm still growing in this. But going through life, we try our best to, especially when it comes to the people that we love the most, especially when it comes to those relationships that are about the giving. Like when you have a child, the relationship is not about what can I get from my child. The relationship is what can I give to my child. When I am in a marriage, the relationship is no longer, this is agape, y'all. This is the God kind of love. No conditions, no record of wrongs, no, condemnation inside of this marriage where it is literally what can I give. It's not about the getting. That's why so many marriages fail, because we think about what we're getting and not what we're giving. But that's a whole nother conversation. And I don't even feel like I'm equipped enough to talk about that. But we think about what we are getting and not what we are giving. And so being a thermostat is about checking, what are you giving? What are you putting out in the environment? And knowing when to stand, when to kind of push back, when to say what you need to say, and when to kind of be quiet, when to meet people with compassion and get an understanding, and when to, shut some stuff gotta be shut down. Some stuff just needs to, we gotta to nip it in the bud, but even doing that in love, doing it in love. And so y'all, I hope that everybody watching this could take something from it, could really shift their mindset in how you approach life, how you approach situations, how you approach other people, and go on this journey with me from transforming your mind. Y'all, the people, them scientists and stuff, they be like, you rewiring your brain. We call that here at Mindset Family in the Kingdom of God, we call that renewing our mind. Okay, so how can we renew our mind and shift our thinking, shift our mindset and the way that we approach other people? So I hope this helped you. If you enjoy my content, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all soon.